Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lynn Carey, and today I just wanted to discuss breaking out of the matrix and creating your desired life and what that means to me. To me, they're such common phrases, but not everybody may understand what I mean when I say that. When I was growing up, I just knew there had to be more to life. Going to school was torturous for me. I had anxiety every day, even though I was an A student. I worked my ass off, and it was all pointless. It really was pointless. I can say it didn't prepare me for anything real in life. All it did was make me sick. Going to church on Sunday, strict Catholic family, and I never bought into this church dogma. I went to 12 years of Catholic school too, God help me. I never bought into the religious stuff. I just knew I felt God. Like I felt source. I felt love. I felt fine there. I didn't feel like I was being judged by God. I felt like I was being judged by other people, including my mother. She was worse to me, a worse meter to go through than God. I didn't feel like God was as harsh as she was in her judgment. Working, we had a family store that I had to work at after school, and everybody was miserable. It was very dysfunctional, and it was just taught me lack, that there's not enough and you have to struggle in life. You know, money doesn't grow in trees, that whole lack perspective. And it was almost like they didn't even know who they were if they weren't working. So I was taught that hard work is worthiness. It's showing you, it's proving your worthiness, and it's your identity. And the struggle is real. Like you have to struggle to be worthy. And that is completely opposite of who we are. So I thought to myself, what is the point of all this? I didn't see anybody happy, thriving, and it just didn't make sense to me. I just wanted out, and I think that's what made me have scoliosis. My spine was literally in an S shape. It was pulled in two directions because I knew there had to be more to life, but yet what society and my family was telling me, it was opposite. So I was pulled. And so I'm grateful that the medical world butchered my spine and left me sick and in pain for years, because it taught me health freedom. I can't believe there's still people who go to the doctor today to get told what is wrong with them. They live in a disease world. They live in fear of getting a disease and all the big labels like cancer and all this stuff. And I walked away from all that. Like once you see through the illusion of the medical world, you are so free. I can't imagine still living in fear that you could actually have to go to the doctor to get tested to see if you have a disease. That's so crazy, because disease is just dis-ease in the body. There's an energy blockage. And what I saw in practice, why is there so much dis-ease in the body? Because people are living unnatural lifestyles. And it's not just the toxins that we're putting in as food, diet, lack of exercise, right? It's the mindset. It's going to a job that you hate every day. It's finding no passion or purpose in life. Just working to make ends meet. You know, a lot of people are getting married and having kids, and they have no business being parents. They're not even present with themselves, let alone their poor kids. And the trauma just keeps getting passed on. We really should be learning from our kids, because our kids come in as pure source energy. We are all pure source energy until society taints us with all this crap of this fake matrix that's not us. So I don't know how I still see people my age have their kids in Catholic school. I see them post online, and they're just still living in the crap that I grew up in. And I thought it was torturous. I cannot believe people are still living like that. But I guess we all evolve at our own time, and maybe it wasn't as torturous for them. But to really break out of the matrix, it's about finding your happiness. It's not following what mainstream tells you need to be happy, right? Go to school, get the degree, to get the job, build this career, get all this money, to get the bigger house, the car, get married, have the 2.2 kids, the white picket fence, and then torture yourself till you die and you can actually enjoy life in retirement. That's some BS. Now it's about, you know, even having health care and going to the doctor and all this crap that you don't need. When you get to the point that you know you don't need it, you have to get to the point that you know, otherwise it's too much fear, it has too much of a grip on you. But you keep educating yourself and working on yourself until you release the chains of the matrix, because once you know that you know and you have the awakening, it just falls away. And that's what happens when I had my awakening. Pieces just keep falling away, and you don't live by that false narrative anymore, and you really have more peace, joy, and happiness in your heart, and you can create your life from there. That's really creating your desired life. But it's becoming your own best doctor, understanding there's an emotional cause to every dis-ease in your body. Mental, emotional, get to the root of it. And it could be layers and layers. Financial freedom. Understand how you flow money. Are you coming from a lack perspective or an abundance perspective? Because it controls everything you do and choose in life. You're here to be abundant and prosperous and free, not tied to a job to pay your bills. Financially free. So that's why I think the journey of the entrepreneur and building a small business on the side is one of the greatest spiritual journeys you could ever take. I think that's why a lot of people quit or shy away, because they don't want to tap into the inner darkness that's haunting them. But it's tapping into that inner darkness within where you really break free. Following your joy every day in small ways, not doing things that you think you should. Actually honoring, starting to get into with your own energy flow and honoring how things unfold. It's not about procrastination. It's not about being lazy. It's about tuning into it. Can I rest now and then get those 3 things done? Not trying to get too many things done each day. A lot of it, if you really analyze, are unnecessary. It's a lot of busy work. We keep ourselves very busy with a lot of nonsense. Being mindful every day of what you do, right? What you eat, why you eat, how you're flowing money, why you're choosing to do certain things. What is it, from fear or love? Fullness or lack? Relationships. A lot of us are bound by this thing called family, and a lot of families are so dysfunctional. We think it's normal. But are they codependent of you? They need you to be a certain way to make them happy and to keep the dysfunction going? Are they empowering you, supporting your dreams, your crazy ideas, your thinking outside the box? You want to be around people who are growing themselves, working on their own issues to become their best. That's what you want to surround yourself with, people. And if you don't have it inside your family, search for it outside. And it's about perfect self-expression, honoring your soul every day. Your purpose is to be happy here. And when you're truly aligned with Source and following your happiness, it starts to break the chains of everything. And you start uplifting people around you too to do the same. That's how we shift this world. And also, there's a whole thing about paying income tax and the government and all this false narrative on the media that's just projecting fear onto us in our minds. Protect your mind. Do not watch the mainstream media and learn. I studied the Constitution. When you understand the Constitution, you can see what politicians are actually following the Constitution or not, or lining their own pockets. And when you follow the Constitution, you see that you're not supposed to pay income tax. And there's sources to legally go around not paying income tax. I didn't know that. I learned that within the last 5 years. So it's about continually educating yourself with different sources until you own the knowledge and you really know how to apply it for yourself. There's truly so many things out there to empower yourself. And if any of these topics intrigue you and you want to learn more or want more resources for the topics that I talked about in creating your desired life, because every aspect affects every aspect for total well-being, just message me and I'll send you some more information. Message me in the comments and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day.